Hey everyone, I'm Tamara Krinsky with the Red Carpet Report. We're here tonight at the Paley Center for a special event with the cast and creators of WGN America's new show, Manhattan. It's about the secret community in Los Alamos, New Mexico, whose mission was to create the first atomic bomb. The show has so much of what I love. We're talking science, secrets, and sexual politics. Hi.
How are you?
Okay, how are you tonight?
I'm good.
So I love this show. I'm actually part of a group called Sirens, which is a group of science enthusiastic actresses. We advocate for science and science-infused programming.
Ah, that's great. Did you go to that thing years ago that Jerry Zucker had set up?
Yeah, where, Science and Entertainment Exchange, yeah.
Which I'd gone to 2 of those panels, and they were incredible.
So tell me, they're amazing, and your show really does a fantastic job of combining science and entertainment. When you're approaching something like this, what's the process in sort of infusing the science, but keeping it entertaining, keeping it something that will draw audiences in and not alienate them?
Well, look, I think first and foremost, it's about entertainment. We're being paid to entertain people who come for an hour to watch television. It's not to give them a science lesson. It's not you have to eat your vegetables. It's that if what we are able to do is shine a light on lots of things that are actually worthwhile shining a light on, sensational. I'm really excited about that. And the other thing, as far as the balance of science in our show, all I really cared about was that the scientists in the show talk to each other the way they would talk to each other. If the audience didn't understand all the science, that's really okay. It was more important that the scientists weren't going, hey, what about an atom? What's an atom? And if we didn't have to, lower our standards to that, and I could trust that the audience cares that these 2 men actually have a bigger conflict right now than what they're talking about, then it's sort of what we did on West Wing all the time. There was a lot of really wonk talk, a lot of it. But it never mattered because they were talking and you understood what they were really feeling about each other, which is really what the show's about.
And so the relationships are wonderful, and that's really what draws you in. In the first episode, which I was able to see, you already layer in so many personalities that are kind of button heads. For you, diving into the history, how much of it is really historically based? How much of it, is the invention of you guys?
Well, a lot. Look, the history of the science is historically based. I mean, the idea of Thin Man and implosion and what was really going on is very much historically based. But, I use this reference constantly. One of my favorite pieces of writing ever is Dr. O's Ragtime. And what I love about it is he didn't recreate New York in that era. He actually said, what if New York felt like this with ragtime? What does ragtime feel like? There's a reason he called it ragtime. It was like, what did it mean to have ragtime? Well, that's sort of why Manhattan, what was that world feel like? And that's really the driving force for how accurate we can be and when we can take license. And we're always sort of sensitive to it. I mean, we're not going to all of a sudden go, you know what? Let them not drop the bomb. We're going to be pretty clear about all of that, but we still have to be open to the idea of maybe there's a left turn here that somebody can make that's really good drama that still feels in the ballpark of what we're trying to do. So.
And speaking of the way it feels very dusty. What for you, period-wise, was important? It feels very dusty.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me a little bit about shooting in New Mexico and what was important to you as a director to have set up.
For me, it was about, all I knew is I wanted a show that was practically shot, meaning it's not on a stage, it's not on sets. I wanted the elements to be there. The mantra that I always used was, they built an atomic bomb, we can make a TV show. And so the idea was, I remember one day, for instance, Rachel was doing a scene and the dust was blowing. It was literally 40 miles an hour. And meanwhile, the Steadicam operator couldn't hold the Steadicam, so we had to do, everything was kind of falling apart. And I was overjoyed. I was like a kid in a candy shop. I was like, this is what I wanted. This is just what I wanted. So let's shoot it. Let's make this work. And everybody jumps in and sort of becomes part of that. And it has informed. I'm happy you feel the show feels dusty. It should feel real. It should feel like they're really there. These New York actors got transported and thrown in the desert. Now go figure out what to do. So.
Last question. Does La Casa Sena Wine Shop ring a bell for you?
The what?
La Casa Sena Wine Shop.
Wine shop? No.
It's at 109 East Palace Road.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's what it is now, or? Yeah, well, I don't think it is.
3 years ago it was. Maybe it's changed.
No, they've closed it down. It's empty right now. And are you from Santa Fe?
No, I visited and I'm a science junkie, so I went to go find it.
Right there. You can barely find the sign. If you go down that little path now, there's a bunch of stuff in front of it, and that shop is empty now.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us. Well, good luck with the show. Thanks so much for joining us tonight at this special event for WGN America's Manhattan. If you like the video, click like, and for more interviews, click subscribe. We'll see you next time.